Episode 4, me and Gabe. Let's do it.
Hey, give me the chip. I need the championship. Wait, we got a dream.
Alright, first segment of today's episode is going to be our college football playoff bracket predictions. So we're going to go through each game, predict it all the way to the Natty champion. There's been a lot of, comments and concerns over the latest poll. So let's do it. So right now we're going to do the standings of just the latest one that's been released. And so we're assuming that the highest team is going to win their conference.
Okay, wait. So we're not predicting the conference championship games?
No, we're just going to go with it.
Okay.
All right, first game, Arizona State.
Well, hold up. Texas is ranked higher than Georgia, but Texas is not beating Georgia.
Texas beat Georgia.
They already lost to Georgia.
Don't even worry about it.
They already lost. They already lost once.
I haven't stressed for a second about it.
About Texas and Georgia?
No.
You're not serious.
No, I'm more stressed about the SMU.
You're more stressed about the SMU?
We're a better team than they're worse.
I think SMU is going to dog Clemson, but I don't think Texas is going to beat Georgia. They already lost to them once.
Fine.
But sure. We can go with Texas winning for this.
Okay. We have Arizona State at Penn State.
All right.
I'm going to take Penn State.
Penn State by a million. All right.
Penn State cover the spread by double. Next, this is going to be a good one. A little SEC versus Big Ten game. If this actually happens, that'd be cool. Tennessee at Ohio State.
Ooh.
I think Tennessee's a great team, but
at Ohio State, they're not going to win. But I think that would be really good. But Ohio State, they did just lose at home to Michigan.
That's true.
But Michigan is their rivals, and they're always going to lose to Michigan. So
yeah, I'm taking Ohio State.
I'm taking Ohio State.
Tennessee has Nico, and they got some defensive guys.
They're a little inconsistent, but they're still a really good football team.
Yeah. All right. Oh, this is a cool one. Bama at Notre Dame. And this one's interesting because this is going to be the coldest place that Alabama's played at in their school history of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Notre Dame up that far north, dude.
I feel like this is just one of those games that Bama just drops. They're
I'm
so inconsistent. It's insane.
They lost to Oklahoma, but they beat Georgia, and they.
Honestly, I'm taking Bama in this game.
I'm taking Notre Dame.
I think they shot them.
Taking Notre Dame. All right, next Indiana versus Georgia. Georgia by a million.
Yeah, they're good, but
their quarterback is good. I think he needs some more draft stock. He deserves more credit.
But against Georgia, no,
their defense is too good.
Even if they're at home, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Georgia will be at home for that game. Okay, so next, assuming Penn State wins, Penn State versus Boise State.
Ooh.
And this will be a neutral site.
I think Penn State wins. I think Ashton Genty's running all over them, though.
I think Boise State's winning.
You think Boise State's
I don't think Penn State's good at all.
I really like Penn State, but I think it will be a close game. Genty will have a huge game.
I think Genty's just going to take it personal if he doesn't win the Heisman, and then he's just going to go
we'll get into the Heisman later.
Yeah.
But, okay, that's interesting.
Okay. Next would be Ohio State, Oregon rematch from, week 5-ish.
Oregon by a million, bro. Oregon is so good. They're the best team in the nation.
I don't think they're the best team, but I'm taking Oregon.
Okay, Texas is not the best team, but okay.
All right. So we'll say Oregon's winning that. This will be SMU versus Notre Dame or Bama.
I'm sorry, SMU.
SMU is losing this game.
They had a good
I love SMU, but they're not winning this game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're getting stomped, absolutely stomped.
Yeah, it's not going to be close.
No disrespect to us.
Yeah. Next, for the third time of the year, Georgia versus Texas. Again.
So, okay, wait. So we're assuming...
Second time in 3
I don't know.
weeks.
We're assuming Texas beats Georgia for that one. So it already... Yeah, second time in 3 weeks.
Taking Texas again with Stark, and you give him a third chance versus the same team,
well, I don't.
He's so good that that'll be the easiest game.
Okay, if Texas wins the SEC championship, I think they'll beat Georgia again. But I don't think they're winning the SEC championship. But for this, you have them. But so if they win the SEC championship, I think they would beat Georgia again in the rematch because they just beat them and it's 2 weeks later. Okay. But if Georgia wins the SEC championship, I think that Georgia would beat them again in the playoffs too. So it's just whoever. I think so. This SEC championship game is really big.
Yeah, it's a huge game. Should be a good one. So next would be, we're going to say Penn State's going to beat Boise State.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Penn State versus Oregon. So this will be
another
rematch of the Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten championship.
Oregon. Again. Oregon's winning.
Yeah.
I don't think Penn State's good at all.
I don't like that take. They're really good. They're the number 3 team in the nation for a reason.
I don't think they're good.
They take care of business. They lost to.
They just don't really have any like offensive weapons that are pretty good.
Yeah, that will.
They have a quarterback and they have a defensive end.
That will show a lot versus Oregon. Oregon's really good. So yeah, we'll take Oregon.
So Oregon to the Natty. And then so now we're gonna have Texas versus Notre Dame. We're saying Notre Dame's versus gonna be Bama.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll do Texas versus Notre Dame.
Neutral site.
I think the only reason even Notre Dame won is because they're going to be at home versus Bama.
Yeah.
But if
Notre Dame's defense is really good, and we've seen what Texas
Texas's defense
We've
is the
seen
best
what Texas
nation.
does against these good defenses.
They kill them. Look at Oklahoma. Great defense.
Okay, Oklahoma is just not a good football team. I'm sorry.
Not bad. Beat Bama.
I do think Texas would win that game, but I think it'll be a lot closer than people expect versus Notre Dame. But, I mean, I would not be shocked if Notre Dame wins.
Yeah. All right, Texas, Oregon. Natty.
Oregon wins the Natty.
I'm taking Texas, but if you want to say Oregon's going to win it, it's Texas.
You know what? That would be a great game. I think that would be.
I hope that's the Natty game.
I hope that's the
Natty. Even
game.
if we lose, that would be awesome.
Number 1 versus number 2. That would be a really fun game.
Perfect game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next segment, a very deep segment, I might say. We have the Heisman discussion with Mr. Hunter and Mr. Genty.
Mm-hmm.
This is like we've never really seen this before, where it's just two players are having like
non-quarterbacks.
Yeah, especially non-quarterbacks, and like how good of the seasons they're having. Like if any of these players were in the last 5 years, they'd automatically win. But
For
it's just
sure, 100%.
both of them are going up against each other at the same time. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who do you think? Who do you think's gonna
win?
win?
Who do I think is gonna win? Or
who do you think deserves to win?
Deserves to win. Genty, 100%. I think it's close, but I think Genty deserves to win.
It's Hunter.
I have both arguments for both sides. Who I do think will win? Travis Hunter. Media devours him. They love him. ESPN, all their posts are Travis Hunter. So I do think he will win. If you see the betting odds, he's just like crazy favorite to win. I do think Ashton Genty should win. Wow. He is best running back we've seen in years.
We've seen good running backs before. We've seen running backs before that are really good.
Third all time in rushing. He changes the game plan versus some teams playing him.
So does Travis Hunter.
Boise State is in their conference championship only because of Ashton Genty.
So is Colorado.
Teams have to put an extra. They're not in the championship.
Well, they're only good because of Travis Hunter.
That's just so not true.
Yes, it is.
Colorado has so many other people.
No, they don't.
They're not good because of Travis Hunter.
They're not going to be good next year.
Boise State, when teams play them, they have to put extra people in the box to guard to defend against Ashton Genty, which makes their passing game better.
He literally
changes how they play, and they're that good.
There's other people who change how they play too.
He's so dominant. He has more rushing yards than when Derrick Henry won MVP in Alabama. He is by far the best running back, by far the most impactful player. He has their team in the conference championship, where Colorado is not in their Big 12 championship.
Travis Hunter goes off
in a weak Big 12. He's very good. He's a top 5 receiver.
What do you mean? How are you going to say a weak Big 12 when Colorado's in a better conference than Boise State?
But Boise State's in their conference championship game.
Colorado would be in the conference championship game if they were in that conference too.
I don't know. The Big 12
He's playing nobody's.
Big 12 is not very good this year.
They're better than Mountain West.
I will say they're better than Mountain West. But also, Ashton Genty played Oregon. He rushed all over them. How many yards did he have? He
had a pretty good game.
He had 200-something yards.
I
think he did against Oregon. They lost by 3 points to the number 1 team in the nation. I think Ashton Genty deserves it. Travis Hunter, doesn't have I know they don't throw him. He doesn't have a lot of stats at corner, and his receiver, he's not the best receiver. He's not the best corner. He's a very good corner, very good receiver. I think Genty deserves it, but Travis Hunter will win it 100%.
All right, so Travis Hunter needs to win the Heisman. We've never really seen a player like this who is arguably the best player. He's the best player on the field anytime he's on the field, offense or defense. I don't know the last time we've seen that. He's always the most dominant player on offense and defense. So, the stats, he has 82 catches for 1,036 yards, and also adding 11 touchdowns, top 5 in the country. So if you're going to say he's an okay receiver, he's arguably the best in the country. Also, he plays 124 snaps a game. 124 snaps.
I know. That's good.
Offense, defense.
Also,
he gets a pick every game. He's like the first player I ever had multiple games with picks, touchdowns, and it's incredible if you watch a game of him. I remember like week 1 versus Notre Dame, his first catch of the year, he just took it like 60 yards for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. I'm not dissing Travis Hunter. He's a great player.
I mean, imagine if Travis Hunter got the amount of targets as like the carries that Ashton Jensen get.
Okay, no. You just said you just made that case, but then you just said Travis Hunter is on the field for every play. So Ashton Jensen gets 30 carries a game, but Travis Hunter is on the field the whole game. So he's like on the field.
Yeah, but you're obviously not going to target a receiver 30 times. But he doesn't get a lot of targets.
Yeah, but for corner, he's on the field like the entire game. He
doesn't allow catches. He gets picks.
Mm-hmm. So he puts up stats when Ashton Jensen gets a lot of carries, so he puts up stats. It's not, you can't compare that. So
I just think you give Travis Hunter that much of opportunity.
He does have that much opportunity.
Yeah, and
he's on the field.
Stats are amazing. So imagine he has the opportunity to get more.
No, Ashton Jensen stats. Ashton Jensen 2,300 rushing yards. That is unbelievable. He is insane.
You've seen people have a good season before.
Okay, but the Heisman isn't.
He's also in the mountain.
The Heisman isn't based on what we've seen before. It's based on
it kind of is. We've never seen Travis Hunter before.
Okay, but that doesn't make him win the Heisman.
He's 1 of 1, and his stats are amazing. He's dominant. He's amazing.
Yeah, I'm saying he will win the Heisman. I think Genty deserves it. But credit to both of them. They're both amazing.
Yeah, credit to Genty.
But those are just both our opinions.
All right, next segment. Another kind of discussion, the MVP award for the NFL.
Right.
I'll go who I think deserves it. You can say, I think it is Mr. Saquon Barkley, Mr. Best Player in the NFL right now. He's on pace for 2,123 rushing yards. That would be a record for the most in an NFL season.
Yeah, Ashton Jenty numbers.
Yeah, that is Ashton Jenty numbers. He's on pace for 18 touchdowns, despite his quarterback ranking 2nd in rushing touchdowns. So that just shows, like, take out Jalen Hurts, put in, like, a Dak Prescott who doesn't run the ball. And how many more touchdowns he's got, because how many touchdowns do they get a game? They get at least 1. So take that out. That's going to give him at least, I'm going to say 5 more touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And that's your MVP.
Side note, I think it's kind of funny how you don't think Ashton Jenty is Heisman, but you think Saquon Barkley is MVP. When they're both running backs, they both change the way their teams are playing. They both change the outcomes of the games, but you think that Saquon's MVP. But
Saquon's not going up against Travis Hunter. Saquon's not going up against some he's not. That's not what it is.
I know, but I still think that you can't
I'm not saying Ashton Jenty is having a bad season.
I'm not gonna lie. Saquon and Ashton Jenty are having pretty similar seasons.
Gabe, you're talking about 2 different sports leagues.
It's still
you're talking about similar. 2 different leagues. It's a completely different game between college and NFL.
I agree with that.
Different rules, different
it's still
teams.
Football at the end of the day. They're both putting up the same numbers, playing good teams. You don't agree with that?
Makes no sense. No,
okay,
it's horrible.
All right.
Who do you think you should win that MVP?
I do think it's really close. If the season ended right now, I would probably give it to Saquon. But Lamar won MVP last year, and
Allen deserves it.
Listen. Their team, they're 8-4, so they're not insane, but they're not a bad football team. And his stats are so much better than last year when he did win MVP. I mean, I think.
Yeah, but Allen.
Have you seen his touchdown interception?
Have you seen Allen's game?
Okay,
let's quarterback ever have a rushing, passing, and receiving touchdown in the same game.
Okay, but that doesn't make him the MVP. So first of all,
if you look at his stats, he's also lost one game, and he beat Mahomes already.
He's not top 5 in passing yards. He's not top 5 in passing touchdowns. Lamar is
top 5
rushing yards, passing yards, quarterback rushing touchdowns. I think it's like a 30-3. Don't mark me on that. Something like that. Touchdown interception ratio. He's playing out of this
all of his picks have been on the receivers.
on the receivers' fault.
So he really hasn't done.
He's playing insane. But I think if the Ravens went out, I think Lamar gets MVP. But right now, if the season today, I would also probably give it to Saquon because the Eagles are 10-2 and they're insane. Yeah.
But shout out Josh Allen though.
Shout out to Josh Allen, but I don't think his numbers are MVP worthy.
I think they can't. They have to win out, and he could have a chance of winning it. Because last year, Dak, I still think should have won it. His stats were better than Lamar in every category except rushing.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a good record.
They didn't have a top seed, so.
Yeah. So I think the NFL really, really cares about record, which is why I think
that's
Saquon or Allen is going to win it.
But I will say it was really cool in the Bills game when all the fans throw
the
snow
and
throw
they
the
tried to
snow
block
in the
the
air.
field.
So cool.
Yeah.
All
right. Next segment, the NBA Cup just finished the first round.
Yeah.
Shout out Mavs, they made it.
Yeah.
So now we have 8 teams in the second round. We're going to do a bracket prediction on who's going to win each round and eventually the champion.
All right.
So first matchup, let's go with Rockets versus the Warriors.
I'm not betting. I know the Warriors are on a 5-game losing streak, but I can't bet against them in an elimination game.
I'm taking the Rockets with their depth. Fred has been balling. Jalen Green can score 40 on any given night. Amen is one of the best defenders in the NBA. Sengun is insane. We got Dylan Brooks who's going to talk to Steph and Draymond. That's going to be a fun matchup.
They're also a very young team. I mean,
they are.
This isn't a playoff game, but it's still a high stakes game. The players treat it as a high stake game.
Yeah.
And I think that's in a week. I think the Warriors get some a little bit of energy going. I think they come into and play Houston, and I think they win that game. And I think are they at home?
Yeah, I think the Warriors.
Yeah, at home, Steph elimination game. I think he's gonna win and take his team to Vegas.
Yeah. All right. Next, another matchup in the West is we have the Mavs in OKC versus the Thunder, who they pretty much own.
Yeah, I was about to say we own that arena.
Yeah, I mean we already beat them earlier in OKC
without Luka.
Without Luka, add in one of the best players in the NBA, Luka. We're gonna be fully healthy for the game, hopefully. Hopefully, cross your fingers. But I think if the Mavs are healthy, we're gonna win that game because they don't Chet. So.
Chet might be back, but will he be back?
No, he won't be back.
Okay, well, it's gonna be a low scoring, tough physical game.
Yeah.
But PJ Washington, come on.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Mavs. I think Mavs will play the Warriors in the semifinals, and I think that's gonna be a crazy game. Another
game, Clay versus old team. What a game
in Vegas.
That's gonna be awesome.
I mean.
I'm taking the Mavs to win. I don't care.
Can't bet against us. We're I think we're the hardest team in the NBA right now.
We're 9-1.
Unreal.
Boys are buzzing. I personally think we're the third best team in the NBA. I think
behind Boston, Cleveland.
Cleveland, honestly. Cleveland has beat Boston, I think, twice.
Yeah, but Boston
has been healthy, but Boston, Cleveland, and the Mavs.
Yeah.
So, we're the favorite for me. All right, going over in the East, we have the Bucks versus the very injured but yet very good Magic.
Yeah.
Magic don't have Paulo, and their record is very. I think they're third in the East.
I think they just lost by 40 last night.
Yeah.
A rough game for them. They play the Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks are
fully
red hot right now. I don't know how
they figured it out.
I don't know how you turn around a season like that. They started 1-6, and now they're 10-9, 10-8.
Good for them.
I mean, good for them. Giannis and Dame.
Darvin Ham still hasn't lost a NBA Cup game, so.
Wait, yeah, he's on the Bucks.
Yeah.
I'll take the Bucks in that game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. Knicks, Hawks, another matchup in the East. I think the Knicks are going to kill them. The Knicks healthy, I still think they're figuring out because it's a really new team with Cat. We got to play a different way with him. But Cat has been balling. He's averaging 25 and 10.
Yeah, Timberwolves got scammed. They got scammed.
Yeah. Cat is taking it personally. They got traded for Julius Randle and Dante averages 8 points.
Yeah, no offense to him, he's really good, but not for Cat. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
So Knicks, Bucks. That would be a good game. Knicks.
I think Bucks take the dub. I think they are scorching hot. I think the Knicks are really really good, but I think
I'm fine with taking the Bucks.
I mean, it'll be a close game.
Bucks are good.
Bucks are really good. Yeah.
All right. So Bucks, Mavs, Vegas championship. Stakes are high with the court and everything going on. Give me the Mavs.
I'm not betting against my own team, so give me the Mavs too.
Yeah.
I think
Mavs are winning the cup. That's how it is.
It's gonna be a crazy close game.
I mean, you think about it, the cup, you go on a 3-game win streak and you win the championship. It's kind of crazy.
I think the cup. I think it's a really fun idea. I love how the games are super high intensity. I do think there needs to be a little bit bigger incentive than just the money earned.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. These players are making.
Because I don't think LeBron won it last year, and I don't think people are really taking that into consideration to affect his legacy. He's better than Jordan. He won the NBA Cup, so I think it needs to maybe be a little bit harder to win. But you don't want to make it like the playoffs, but you don't want to make it too low.
Do you have any incentives that would help? like players. Like I mean,
I think really just more money for those for those young players. Because I looked at the salaries the other day. I mean, some of these guys are making like $60K a year, which is not a lot of money if this is their full-time job. They don't have time to. Obviously, not going to work another job, but they're not making a lot of money.
Really, I think that either one or two.
Two-way players.
I think it should be one or two. I think the first one should be guaranteed playoff spot, which I think it would be interesting.
Hate that.
I think it would be interesting. Look, you have like a team like I don't know, like the Brooklyn Nets who are like a little bit under 500. They're guaranteed in the playoffs no matter what. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of the regular season. They'll still try to get a higher
someone just because they won 3 games in a row. So what? They just get a playoff spot because they won 3 games.
Yeah, this is a high intensity, high stakes game. Or instead of a guaranteed playoff spot, it's a guaranteed home court advantage throughout the playoffs, no matter what seed you are. So like
I think if anything, if you make you get a guaranteed. If you make the play-in, you move up to the highest seed, and those teams.
Okay, but then what about the other? It's only 4 teams that make the play. I think that the good teams will try even harder because guaranteed home court advantage. Let's say you're the Phoenix Suns or the 7th seed. You win the
like the 76ers.
You win the NBA Cup. I don't know. You're the 7th seed in the West, and you get to play the number 2 Mavericks at home court, and then all throughout the playoffs. I think that's a pretty good incentive. Yeah. I don't know, but
I think that's way too overpowered. And you just win 3 games, and you just get home court. I mean, it should go to the team that has the best season, and they should get home court.
Yeah, I mean,
team who had the better season, not just went on like a 5-game win streak.
I don't know. It's interesting. I think the cup was a really good idea.
They've done a good job with it.
They did do a good job with it. I like the courts. It's pretty cool.
All right, next segment. Me and Gabes, we're each gonna give our top 5 current NFL teams after this past week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go first. My number 5 is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
They have unlocked everything. They have top 3 defense in the NFL. Russ is balling. Pickens is balling. Najee Harris is even balling. I mean, they're clicking. They have Mike Tomlin. Great fans. Great atmosphere there.
Yeah, they're insane. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing record.
I think that's the craziest stat ever. In like 17 seasons, you never had a really bad season.
Mm-hmm.
Next, the Kansas City Chiefs.
At 4.
Yeah.
I'll get into them in my rankings, but
they've won every game by 1 possession, and if you look back in recent history, every team that has done that, and so like one of those really good records, you look at the Vikings. A couple of years ago, lost to the New York Giants. Like these teams, I don't think
you cannot compare to the Chiefs.
I personally think they're going to lose. I don't think they make the AFC Championship. I don't think they're that good this year. I think if they were healthy, they had a little bit more better receivers, better line. Yeah, they could be better, but I know they're 11-1, but I don't think
you can't even call a luck anymore. Like what? Like a blocked field goal versus the Broncos, and then like a fumble versus the. I mean, I forgot they played a couple games. Yeah. It's like
the Isaiah Likely in week 1 when they lost by.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that one was valid. But like I don't know. It's black magic. I don't even know what they're doing back in Kansas City.
Next, Buffalo Bills. I think the top 3 is the top 3. This is the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Bills. And the Eagles at 2.
And the Lions.
It's Lions. Another level.
Overpowered.
The Lions, the Eagles, and the Bills are 2 levels ahead of every other team, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Chiefs and the Steelers are 2 levels below those 3 teams.
My top 5, I actually do not have the Kansas City Chiefs in the top 5.
I respect that so much.
It's a top 5 teams. It's not top 5 records. Their record, they should be under 500 right now.
Like, they really should.
I mean, I think it's insane how they are 11-1. And like people are gonna look back on the season in 5 years and be like, how the hell did they get to be 11-1?
It's cool.
Top 5. Give me Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. You're not gonna like it. They are playing so good. Bo Nix is playing almost not perfect. He's playing insane football.
Barely beat the Browns.
Okay, the Browns. That was a fun game. That was a crazy game.
Best Monday Night Football.
Denver defense elite, especially come the big games. Like Pat Surtain and them are insane. Bo Nix is playing really good. Cortland Sutton's playing the best football of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Payton's coaching good. I like him. I mean, who else could be the 5th seed, the 5th team? Chargers, Ravens. I'm taking the Broncos overall.
All
right. 4. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're on another level this year.
They've been balling.
Yeah, we went over them. 3rd, I have a little bit different order. I have the Eagles and then the Bills. I think the Bills are so good this year. They're crazy. They lost.
I think the Eagles just have such a better defense than the Bills.
I don't think that. I think
they have Saquon, and I just think.
Yeah, it's definitely really close, but I mean, I'm taking the Bills' experience. Josh Allen, I'm taking them over. It's crazy how many players they lost last year in free agency.
Like everyone thought this was gonna be a down year for the Bills. Josh Allen, what's gonna go on, and boom.
Yeah, shout out to
best season of their.
Shout out to Josh Allen's playing.
Josh Allen's career.
Lions won, but like one of the most efficient teams of all time.
Best offense, best defense.
Reminds me of
Dan Campbell's and they don't even have probably their best player on their team. Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was like leading the NFL in sacks by like 4.
I mean, okay, what I thought was pretty cool was I saw some stat, like the Celtics last year and the Lions, their efficiency ratings are just off the charts. And that, like, efficiency, in my opinion, that wins championships. If you shoot the ball efficiently, pass the ball.
They'll win the Super Bowl, no doubt.
I think they win the Super Bowl, and I think they breeze by.
I'm excited for the playoffs. Hopefully they play the Eagles. And
NFC Championship, that would be crazy.
Yeah. All right. Last segment, always NFL parlay.
Yep.
Let's do it. I think we've done pretty good. I think we did 3 for 4 last time.
Yeah.
This one's going 4 for 4.
This one's going 4 for 4. This is a Sunday parlay. We each give 2 legs.
This Sunday. Mm-hmm. This is hit it. 4 for 4. Yeah, place it. Put $1,000 on it. It's going.
Yeah.
Boom. First leg. Will Levis over passing yards. 206 passing yards. He's playing the Jaguars. Worst defense in the NFL. They've given up the most passing yards per game at 273.
They're horrible.
He only needs 207. That's Will 70 Levis. More they're averaging. They're going to have no motivation. Trevor Lawrence just got announced actually like 30 minutes ago that he's out for the season. So they have no motivation. They have no reason to even play. This is going to be a blowout for the Titans. They got Pollard. They got Calvin Ridley. I mean, they got all these guys.
Yeah, I like that.
Nick Westbrook, who has a lot of touchdowns this year.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out him. Next, Russell Wilson over on passing yards.
Yep.
Quarterback's going to be balling this Sunday.
Who they play?
They are playing, I don't know, but
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's Russell Wilson.
He's playing amazing. Rejuvenated his career after that little Denver stint. He's playing insane.
They're playing the Browns, who gave up the 10th most passing yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense sucks. Their team sucks. Their organization is a failure. They're most screwed for the next 5 years. And I hate them. I hate their organization. I hate their uniforms. I hate everything about them. Stadium sucks. I hate the Browns.
Okay. All right. Lock those in. He took 2 passing yards. I'm taking 2 rushing yards. Start off. Bucky Irving, 67.
Shout out Bucky Irving. He has saved my fantasy team this year.
Yep.
League winner.
He's gotten more rushing yards
Gets more carries
past
every
4 games. Like, it's just gone better and better.
I thought he was going to suck, too, because at Oregon, he was very small, and I feel like he just looks bigger.
I forgot who they're playing. Doesn't matter. They don't play the Lions, so it's fine. Yeah. I think he's going to hit the over. It's not even a committee back anymore. He owns the backfield. And another one, Saquon Barkley versus the Panthers. I don't care what the line is.
Panthers have the worst rush defense in the NFL, and they're going against the best running back in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's Saquon.
I think the line is 120, but I don't really care.
I've never been more confident in line. I don't care. It's hitting it.
But the line being 120 is.
They're going to be up. They're going to run the ball. And it's going to be boom.
Yep, free money, 4 for 4. Let's lock it in. And
All right, that's it. Fast break, episode 4. Good times.
That was
fun. See y'all back next week. Happy Thanksgiving.